Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. My name is Deborah, and welcome to Anchored in Faith. We are on chapter 5, Healing and Wholeness. We're just going to cover the introduction, which is going to talk a little bit more about the ideas for the chapter. And I'm going to read the introduction, briefly go over the what to expect during the forthcoming sections of chapter 5, and then if you're interested in a light language healing, I will be doing that. So chapter 5, Healing and Wholeness, Introduction. To heal is to make happy. I have told you to think how many opportunities you have had to gladden yourself, and how many you have refused. This is the same as telling you that you have refused to heal yourself. The light that belongs to you is the light of joy. Radiance is not associated with sorrow. Joy calls forth an integrated willingness to share it and promotes the mind's natural impulse to respond as one. Those who attempt to heal without being wholly joyous themselves call forth different kinds of responses at the same time, and thus deprive others of the joy of responding wholeheartedly. To be wholehearted, you must be happy. If fear and love cannot coexist, and if it is impossible to be wholly fearful and remain alive, the only possible whole state is that of love. There is no difference between love and joy. Therefore, the only possible whole state is the wholly joyous. To heal or to make joyous is therefore the same as to integrate and to make one. That is why it makes no difference to what part or by what part of the sonship the healing is offered. Every part benefits and benefits equally. You are being blessed by every beneficent thought of any of your brothers anywhere. You should want to bless them in return out of gratitude. You need not know them individually or they you. The light is so strong that it radiates throughout the sonship and returns thanks to the Father for radiating his joy upon it. Only God's holy children are worthy channels of his beautiful joy, because only they are beautiful enough to hold it by sharing it. It is impossible for a child of God to love his neighbor except himself. That is why the healer's prayer is, let me know this brother as I know myself. That is the introduction for chapter 5, Healing and Wholeness. So this chapter introduces us to ideas of healing and wholeness. And when we hear the word healing, we immediately think about physical sickness or an injury. But this chapter invites us to go a little deeper, to think about healing in a much broader way. True healing involves the whole person. It's a holistic approach of our physical, emotional, mental, relational, and spiritual lives. The word wholeness is important because the goal is not simply to treat one problem or one part of a person. Wholeness speaks to becoming healthy and restored as a whole person. As we begin this chapter, we want to consider what it means to be whole, while healing is an important part of human life. So as we move through this chapter, keep in mind this question. What does it mean for you to experience true healing and wholeness? I'd like to hear your explanation about what it means for you to feel, to experience true healing and wholeness. If you'd like to add it in the chat, I'd love to hear from you. So I'm now going to bring in some healing energy, and I'm going to be using a clear crystal, which is considered the master crystal of healing. And I'm also going to be using a rose quartz crystal. And that is a love frequency healing energy. So if you just like to get comfortable, take a nice deep breath, put your feet flat on the floor to ground yourself, and it'll allow the energy to just move through you in a clear way. Hote hete okutoto jititi hikita opata ate ito ukuti shikida hari hora la lekiti otu shikida do e hete okuto okiti hikiti ikiti okuro okiti akshikiri kero okuti titi okuri di do uture la kado to hokura shikiro oku o bare le de o to tere koto okoto do eto kodo do ekoto do o ho shika o wati okototetito, okotototo, ite ota, katitititi, lagajagati, ete hoto, ko, kitihito, hoshi, kitapa, ite hoto, hiti, kototata, iko, ikatahata, okotototo, kito hoshi, kitapa, iti, okoto, ite kotosho, kita, akati, okotototo, ite hoto, atakatahara, era, tototo, okotapati, toshokoto, okataha, Latishitito kito okota okota. Hala hala hira ho ko ti kiti ti to ko. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. I know it's a short one, but it's just to kind of go over what to expect for the chapter going forward. So I'm looking forward to doing the next section, the first section, which is the invitation to the Holy Spirit. And I'll probably do that next week. I try to do these live streams weekly. It doesn't always happen, but that's my intention. So we'll see how it unfolds for me and my schedule. But in the meantime, I'm sending you so much love, blessings, and I hope you have a beautiful day.